Pounders. Happy Thursday night. The night before we got a charity hockey tournament this weekend. Yep. This is 30, everybody. But not before we rip a BBM draft with not just one guest, not just two guests. we have the trifecta tonight, welcoming Cody from OTS, Billy Jones, my weekly co-host, and shout out to Tyler, one of the people that we started this YouTube channel with. So it could be new news for some of the listeners, but you, me, and Johnny started the channel. We started doing like redraft content, which was fun, but at the same point, nothing bores me more than redraft content. I like to play redraft, but those were tough times.
Yeah, it got stale pretty quick, especially when you're in the off season and you don't really have much to talk about with redraft stuff. You just plan for drafting. These sort of tournaments this is all you kind of talk about. It's the best. So
that's it. We are gonna rip a BBM tonight, 4 brains combining into one. I do sort of like what the boys, BBG, Tyler, and the two Tylers have with like the one veto. I want to put that into play here. If you veto a pick, then you get to make that pick. You only get one for the draft. So if someone tries to say Harvey here, the veto's coming. Shout out to Frank Boy, a little 5 spot to get us cooking early. He goes, thanks for the help. I owe you one, bud. We got him set up on Best Ball Overlay. The website's now live. We found some holes in his portfolio behind the scenes with some light stacks, and we'll get into that as we go. Let's see. Okay, Underdog did decide to let us go with the location. We're a little late. Plus 10 is scary news because we're gonna have a ton of listeners in here.
Yeah, that'll be good. Were you guys doing live content on the
yes.
YouTube channel when you opened up?
Yeah,
damn,
yeah, absolutely.
Good.
So that
videos, like editing that and all, because I was doing a lot of redraft stuff too.
Gross.
But it's like, how do you go live? Like, what do you? I guess if you have other like co-hosts and stuff, you can do that. But
yes,
it was
started like right at the season, like right at the start of the season, basically. So I mean, we had that season to go live and talk about stuff, but I mean, once the season ended, it was like, oh shit, now we're just going to talk about the incoming rookie class for the next 9 months. Like, we got to figure something out.
That's when I hit the BR, the first place BR for 25 large. And it was like, okay,
yeah,
we officially just got bankrolled.
Yeah,
here we go, baby. Here we go.
Okay, like that whole like dynasty and or redrafting is cool, but like I like to draft, and like this, I won, and it's just like I'm going into that.
That's it. And I just, besides the wife, like saying like, hey, I need half of that for a deck, which is crazy. I was excited because I got to do what I really want to do, which was just draft a shit ton of teams every year. So
I mean,
we've been blessed.
Who doesn't want to do that though? That's the best part of fantasy football is drafting. Like, it's all good. It's good and well to play and have your weekly lineups, but I mean, this is the best part of it is drafting.
Yeah. So Tyler, you started a little YouTube short channel. And again, for people that didn't know, we did the redraft thing. You had Rice and Tank Dell in your top 7 rookies that year. What do you have for little snippets for this season?
Man. So I've been definitely behind the 8 ball on like posting stuff on rookies this year. But I said it on the last live stream or the last and first live stream that I did. This rookie class, like, it wasn't as exciting as a lot of people had hoped it was going to be. There's definitely some like diamond in the rough things that you can probably find late. Torrey Horton, a guy I like a lot in Seattle. And then probably a maybe super lesser known name, Elijah Badger in Kansas City, out of Florida. He's another guy that ran really well at the combine, 4.4 speed. I think he's just to take the top off, like pair that with Patrick Mahomes and their kind of weird receiver room that they have in Kansas City this year. Those are 2 receivers that I try to look into as far as just like early on in this process right now.
Casey from just a rookie standpoint sketches me out. Just like how slow they even brought along Rashee Rice, who's good, like his rookie year, and he scored a touchdown in his first game. And they still brought him along pretty slow. They sketch me out with the rookies, but Torrey Horton's one that it's funny because he's there and I'm like, I'm gonna mix him in. And I just find a way to not click him every time. Just make an excuse. But Cody, what do you got going on this week before we dip into this draft +1?
Yeah, ripped stream last night. I probably drafted the worst team I've ever done on stream in the history of my channel last night. It was atrocious. I absolutely hated the team, but that's going to happen, so we're going to bounce back probably tomorrow. I'm not really sure, but actually meant to shoot a message to Billy Jones and probably yourself. I want to do another a stream where we're just talking strat. We're just going through strategies. I built some stuff data wise, numbers wise, off of Billy's data from advance rates through 6 round, 10 rounds. So I kind of want to do an episode where it's just kind of like what you guys do every Sunday morning. That's pretty early for me. Influencer 1-1 over here. There we go.
Let's go. It's about time.
And then just going to talk through the roster construction aspect. I don't think it gets enough love, the roster construction stuff, which is I think just super, 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 super important when we're talking.
Definitely is. I just uploaded my CSV into the bestballoverlay.com website, and I was surprised to see a shit ton of 2 QB teams. I'm like, oh my top 3 constructions are all 2 QB teams. Something that I wouldn't really have noticed without something breaking it down for me. But I am a sucker for the elite QBs this year, but I should be still probably mixing in some late Darnold or Geno Smith. Please, no one's vetoing this, right? Jamar Chase 101. I'm gonna time out. No. I'm gonna time out right now. It's been rough waters for me to get the 101 this season, but I have 17% Jefferson because I'm not really going Barkley at 2. So I'm getting cooked. Early picks.
What's your Lamb exposure? 7.8 there? Yeah.
Which is low because I have him ranked at 4.
Okay.
I have Bijan at 5. I'm just not getting I'm getting a lot of 2s, which is ending up with 17% Jefferson.
And this is like why I struggle with rankings in concept, is because I know that rankings mean one thing, but if you pick by rankings, it's going to get you these very skewed exposures. I almost want to do an exercise where I set target exposures and then track to my target exposures rather than having rankings. I think that would end up being a draft portfolio for me.
The problem for me is, right, so I would always just rather the combination with Jefferson plus RBs in the 2nd and 3rd than go RB there and grab combinations of receivers in the 2nd and 3rd. So I have like a tier break. It's like Chase, mini tier break, Jefferson, mini tier break. Then those RBs, I don't care how I have them ranked. I'll balance the exposure if I get enough picks. But have you guys been that stingy? Would you start to separate this 17% Jefferson to some of these other RBs I'm a little lower on just due to pick variance?
I mean, I would if it's me, but I'm lower on Jefferson than most. I don't know if I've even drafted Jefferson in a Best Ball Mania yet through 30. I haven't ranked. Yeah, I'm lower on Jefferson than it's mostly JJ McCarthy thing. Famously, if you've watched the channel, I'm lower on JJ McCarthy. I just think Sam Darnold threw for 4,200 yards and 35 touchdowns last year. If we think JJ McCarthy is going to walk in day one as a rookie, because he still is a rookie, and do that, I just don't see it.
But it's a condensed offense too.
It's not that condensed though, is it? With Addison, with Hawkinson, with Aaron Jones as a pass catcher as well.
Addison might miss 3 games this year with the DUI. We don't know what weeks those are going to be yet. It's just not that I think that even helps Jefferson. I think Addison being on the field potentially is better than him being off the field. So I don't know. He's a clear alpha. He's on a different skill.
I trust, like, personally,
I disagree with that, but
I'm trusting Kevin O'Connell to get the most out of JJ. Like, I mean, what he was able to get with Cousins and like just turning like the trajectory of Sam Darnold's career around, basically. Like, I'm really trusting that he'll be able to get the most out of JJ McCarthy, who like he wasn't an elite quarterback in college with Michigan, but he was a playmaker. He made big plays when he needed to. And for me, like, that's a type of guy that I think I can trust, especially if it's a receiver like Jefferson. Like, I have been drafting a lot of Jefferson. Like, most of the drafts I've been doing have been in the DK lineups, but I mean, I've been scooping Jefferson anytime I can at 2 or 3.
I think it's unfair to call him like a rookie. Yeah, it's going to be his first season playing, but he's had a full year off season to learn the system, which is kind of advantage, right? Take a step back, learn the system, learn the environment. We'll see how he is in his return, though.
Yeah, I'm going to live and die by that one. Like, I'm willing to die on that hill. Like,
that doesn't give you any more faith to like knowing they moved on from Darnold to go with specifically with McCarthy.
Oh, we did a 20-second one too, boys. It's gonna move. Shit. It's gonna move quick.
McBride here, right?
McBride for the correlation,
and then a receiver.
Yeah,
I just feel like in stream drafts, it's hard to get. Like, you can always find running backs.
Rice, Tyreek.
Let's go Rice. Let's go Rice. I don't mind it. I was trying to get ahead of this rise before he gets to the 1-2 turn, or the 2-3 turn, but he's here. Like, he's arrived.
Yeah. So my to wrap a bow on that, like, yeah, I like Kevin O'Connell a lot. Like, and they were always going to move on from Darnold. I think there's a good chance that Darnold probably would have started last year, at least a couple games anyways, even if McCarthy was healthy. They drafted him to be their guy. He's going to be their guy, like, no matter what. So, he's going to get that opportunity. I just didn't like at all what I saw in college. Yeah, he's a winner, but he's really good at handing the ball off. So that's good.
Fair.
Like, he's never been in a high passing volume offense. We're just going to say that he can do it. We're just saying he can do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just need to see it.
W for Omega. Billy, take this one away. Who's this year's Jordan Mason, and why is it or why isn't it? I'm not sure which one he meant. Jordan Mason.
Well, so I mean, the answer to who's this year's Jordan Mason is just like, have patience. Like, we found out Jordan Mason was the guy later in the offseason, and we just don't know that yet. So I think that I'm like, as the person who drafted quite literally 100% of 0 RB last year, and it was a big swing and miss because of, like, I also had to do it early because I got married last year too, and so it just kind of didn't land in when I could draft it. So, like, really, like, understanding when a strategy is going to hit better, and that's going to be later in the season. So can I defer by like that answer to like a month and a half from now?
I didn't know it's kind of a sharp edge of why we do save a good amount of drafts for August, right? It's for that competitive edge of information. Early season, your edge is closing line value, getting those combos, those players that you project to rise, and getting that. And I think I can show here 2 of my BBMs the day after the contest released are a couple of my highest teams. That's what I love to see. That's being intentional with how you draft during what portion of the season, right? So I love that answer. Although you didn't give a name, cop out.
Yeah, it definitely was.
It's like an injury though. Like, if that's what we're talking, if it's an injury guy, I'll submit DJ Giddens. If it's an injury to JT.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love that.
I like the DJ Giddens. If it's just a guy that kind of outproduces what he should, I'm starting to come around on Rico Dowdle maybe being that guy that's late draft 170s, right? And just like is more explosive than Chuba Hubbard. I'm not like betting my farm on that by any means, but
yeah,
I could see something like that going down where he just, gets like Rashad White, I guess, like similar to Rashad White last year, that sort of a situation.
I think if you're looking for, and Mason is like, you're looking for that chance of an injury. So I think that's a good shout on Giddens. right? And Aaron Jones, another year older, 31-year-old running back. Like it could just be him. Jordan Mason could just be Jordan Mason. That's
Speaking of injury, what's
crazy.
your guys' like snap reaction to Anthony Richardson?
Not good. Not good.
Not good at all. Yeah.
Same injury from last year, throwing shoulder. It's early.
I assume
not only the same injury from last year, but the same injury that he missed the whole season with. Like, it's not good. That's not good.
I was never in on him, but I'm more thinking on like the other pieces on the team. What do you think the impact on the rest of the Colts?
It's probably good.
Well,
I was
wheels
gonna
up.
say
Probably good.
it might be even better for a lot of the receivers over there, and like even Jonathan Taylor too. Like, I mean, Richardson hasn't proven himself to be anything of a sustainable quarterback so far. Like, he had a couple flashes, and like it's mostly his legs being able to carry him like to 20+ point games. It's not like he's doing it with his arm. So I've never really been too in on Anthony Richardson. So I think it might be better for like a lot of the weapons they have.
Here we go. We're up at 48. I'm going to nominate Pickens.
Mm-hmm.
No way. By week 10. That's 3 10s.
Flowers.
Veto. Just kidding.
They play week 15. They play week 15. 3 by
we're on like big. We're doing that's like a big 0 RB team too.
Mixon. Anyone down for Mixon?
I mean, I hate Mixon, but like Waddle would be the only other. Flowers.
We need names.
Do Waddle.
I'm not.
I tried.
I
tried the 20-second rooms are tough.
Mixon there.
Okay. We gotta get the votes in earlier.
Yeah.
We gotta get the votes in earlier.
Yeah.
If you guys all voted for Zay, I would have used 100% would have used the veto there. I just can't. I just can't get there with naked Zay Flowers.
Good coach. Well, he pairs with Jamar Chase week 15.
Yeah, which is fine, but we're probably not getting, even if Burrow falls, right? Like, this is a good sign. The T. Higgs team did go Jalen Hurts. That's sort of what you need to get him back to you.
Where's the Chase, Jamar Chase, or the Chase Brown drafter? No, Chase Brown drafter.
Oh, yeah, okay. He's actually fell a little bit to 33. I wouldn't
see that. You see that happen.
Really?
Red badge,
though. That's thin. W for Mega, appreciate you, bro. Intelligent conversation about fantasy football. This is so awesome. Cheers. And the main reason I keep coming back, and shout out to him. He just finished his book, and he's doing a big release for that, which is pretty crazy time for him. So he'll be back in the draft streets causing havoc in no time.
Yeah.
3 bye week 10s. Definitely not intentional here, but how many people will do this? I ask. How many people will do this?
Should be unique. Yeah. Should be unique.
That's it. It's 1 week will be light. It's
yeah. If this was a eliminator, we'd be in trouble.
Exactly. Know thy contest. Yeah. And Burrow 10 picks away. The dream is still alive.
What is the Hurts Chase Hurts Higgins drafter? Is he badgeless? Is he red badge? What's he looking like?
He's got a badge.
All right, we'll get him.
Be the king.
That's somebody that we know, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know if having a badge means like
it doesn't mean
you know what you're doing.
Back in my day when I got my badge, there were no battle royales. It was all drafts, and there was only 3 sports.
Yeah, me too. Man. But it means more. It means like something. Like if you see a badgeless doing stuff like that, you're a little on edge. You know,
QB the king. We know. Who is this?
I know that name.
Andrew from Fanspeak, right?
Isn't he TD King, something like that?
Yeah, yeah. This is QB the king. Interesting.
I know that name though. Like obviously,
Burrow's going right here.
Drafted with that guy.
Burrow's going right here, right now.
Oh, Yeah,
Gotta jinx it.
this might
Gotta
work.
jinx
This
it.
might work.
Receiver. This guy should be focusing these QBs. Ooh,
I
okay.
mean, I like that start by him though.
Yeah, this is
no
a
doubt.
sick one. This is a sick
I've
one.
been doing a lot of Dolphins builds. Like,
Yeah.
I think that there's a world like, I mean, I understand that this couldn't in the world doesn't happen, but like they're super cheap right now, just like in
Yeah.
total.
That Dolphins Bucks game is one I'm the most exposed to.
Interesting.
That game.
I'm gonna
I'm really
peek
heavy
what-
on that.
I'm gonna peek. Yeah. Okay.
He did two
We're
of
just
them.
gonna punish him at receiver now.
So what do we need? What are we doing?
We're probably going
Probably-
RB receiver.
Yeah.
Connor pair up with
I liked
Jamar.
Connor.
No, never mind.
I liked it.
Quinshawn, Caleb, Montgomery's good. Reed? Yeah.
Who do you guys want to?
Montgomery, Reed?
All right, we're going Monty. We can double tap RB here if we want. How about double tap at RB?
I don't hate the
Quinshawn, or-
Judkins shout.
Yeah. I'll take. We can go down that road.
Let's double tap at RB.
And that works because like it's like two like established guys and then a guy who
Yeah.
should be coming on the scene later.
Yeah. I like that little pairing of Demont plus Quinshawn here. Plus, I'm just not too ecstatic about Reed right now. I mean, we look at the snaps from last year. They add a receiver that should be on the field the majority of the time, spreading the field in Matthew Golden.
I'm trying to get enough.
Do they move Dobbs? Like, yeah, I know how much. I think
Just trying to get
I have
enough.
3.5. I have a 3.5%. It's tough to move him down that far just based on who's there. I do like some of these RBs ahead of that group, but Diggs, I'm at 35.7%. Everyone thinks I'm a psycho. Everything
much? How
injury
much?
35.7. Everything
Oh.
injury related is positive.
If he didn't have a crazy weekend on a boat, he'd be going up.
He'd be.
I mean, it's
he
just
would
true.
He would be in the 60s if he did not have a crazy weekend in the boat. 100%. 100%.
I mean, that's where I'm at with Kyle Williams, but you know my Kyle Williams, that's
Kyle Williams
my
and I'm
entire brand.
on, he's like in my top 5. If he hits, he'll be like he's very expensive for where he goes for being a round 3 receiver. But everything
dead zone though.
Everything looks good right now with his progress. So it's a tough one. Now we do need to pray what Kyler comes back.
I'm actually up to 43% overall Kyle Williams. That is aggressive, even for me.
I'll send you a Pats jersey. Do you want a Mac Jones one? I got a nice one for you.
just put some duct tape and write Williams.
Dude, I did not buy the Mac Jones jersey the whole first year. I held off. I'm like, nope. Second year, right before the season started, I bought one. I bought one for Father's Day for my dad, and I'm like, what? I'm gonna throw an extra one in there for myself. Big mistake.
You're
Now
just
you
like
can get them at
wheels up,
TJ
eh?
Maxx for $5 on the clearance rack.
Yeah.
Right. And you get made fun of when you wear it. It's not even worth it. Man.
Yeah, just take some duct tape, throw it over there. Williams, K. Williams. There you go.
So
What number is Mac Jones? 10?
10. Yes. Same number as Drake May.
Drake May.
Right now? There you go. Then just tape it up. May. Boom.
You just like unstitch the name and just leave it nameless.
Yeah, get the nameplate off of there.
I know. I looked into ordering a new nameplate, just a May one, but am I going to stitch that on realistically? Like, no.
Oh, you could pay a lady down the street $5 to get that thrown on.
The girls at the mall.
Yeah.
All right, we're praying. We're just praying that Kyler comes back to us.
Let's look at the players here. I feel like it'd be good to be somewhat planned.
We're praying for Kyler. We're praying for Kyler. 3 teams don't have a QB, and he's
the Harrison drafter's got to be in there somewhere, right?
Yes, should be. It's right here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. All right.
Geez.
So we're gonna have to find some backstack. Is it?
So Higgins, yeah.
You want just
Yeah,
double
Higgins.
tap here? Two of these guys, or do we need to
Let's do
grab?
Higgins, Trey Harris, and get that correlation plus both quarterbacks. Boom.
You guys good with
I
that?
like that. Yeah.
Yep.
6
And bye weeks, yeah, we're good on
12.
bye weeks.
These guys should be established by week 10. All good things.
Yeah.
All good things. Oh, I'm just seeing
Land the
private
plane.
chat, Nody. Who threw something in the private chat?
That was me from at the beginning when you were sharing your Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows, man?
Dude,
Who
like,
knows?
I just came off another stream. Like we already have like a beer stack going, so that was just a mistake. That was just
Who
a
knows what
mistake
kind of
here.
noties you got coming up on there?
We're
Jones
starting.
looking out.
We're starting the snake in the stands here with the beers. Doing my part. All right, for the listeners, a 0-3-5-1. Mixon, Demont, Quinshon Judkins, Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice, George Pickens, Jaden Higgins, Trey Harris, and Trey McBride. Who says no? We also get week 16 correlation with Trey Harris against Dallas.
The team still kind of fucks, man.
This is strong. There's a lot of quarterback value.
Yeah.
BBM.
So you're taking the elite guys. Hey, I'm like super low on all the elite guys because this range is just like so juicy. I'm just smashing rounds 8 through 12 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That's how
It depends.
I am too.
It depends where you think your advantage is, right? Like, do you think you can have the advantage at QB and still outdraft the room? If you can, that's a significant advantage while still having elite ceiling at QB.
But like, look at the winners throughout the past every year, essentially. Like, where's the quarterback every year?
That's the thing. Like, you can just hope. Jared Goff won a weekly winners unstacked. Like anything is possible. So yeah, it just takes one flat week at QB for QB position not to matter. That's why I'm like out on Bowers and some of the elite tight ends. It's like I think I could just get better value late. So
I was listening to some more BBG fodder on that. He is just so dialed in with the Bowers take. He will not relent on that one. I don't personally quite get it. I think all the value in these draft rooms is at the end, at tight end, but what do I know?
Yeah. It was definitely more so true in the big board when you had 20 rounds and you could legit go your last 4 rounds tight end and catch up to the Bowers Hunter Henry team like very easily. Now, do you have that elite ceiling?
No.
At the 10 position? No, but what's Bowers' ceiling game? He didn't hit a 30-point game last season. We know it's his rookie year. He gets an upgraded QB, but they also bring in Genty. It's an interesting talk, at least.
We'll get.
Oh,
we'll
dear
talk
God.
again.
Yeah, everyone's grabbing their stacks right ahead of us. Love this combo for him. Like this could have just been us, but it's not.
Herbert, no question. Little Kyle Williams or
I'm down for Kyle Williams.
I'm always
Tyler,
into
Billy.
I'm with it.
This is fun.
Or Stroud.
I also don't hate the Stroud shout just to have that there.
Let's do Stroud, and we'll probably
right now.
We're done quarterback. Unless there's like something that falls in our lap.
I think we have to reach up for him.
Yeah,
I think we have to. We could still get like a late Knoll. I've been coming around to the QJ click as of late.
I'm all right with the QJ. Yeah. I like the coaching staff straight up just said that he's the starter, like third-year wide receiver. That used to be, the breakout year. And now I get it. It's like rookies got to smash or else you're just dust. But I don't know. I'm okay with the QJ click myself as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you just stop dropping footballs, absolutely. I'm all with it. He has all of like the physical like ability to be a stud. If he can just like sure hand, 2 hands on football, look it in. Like
away from the body.
Yeah.
Somehow
every
away
time.
from the body.
When I first started doing the like fancy football stuff, like I have my master's in data science, I came into this world like I'm gonna do a bunch of statistics and write about it. And most just writing is really hard, honestly. I can do the math pretty quickly, but like putting it onto words. But one of the things I wrote about was how like receiver drop rates are like one of the least sticky things
Yeah.
in football. So like I don't like really FUD receivers for dropping the ball 1 year because I know it just regresses like back to either like league average or high end like not dropping the ball at all because it's just I don't know it's just not a sticky stat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send you the article. It's pretty cool.
I agree with that a ton. And Jerry Jeudy is like way worse at not being able to catch the football. He literally had more than double the drops that QJ had last year, and just gets a pass.
Is that attributed to the quarterback play? I'd be curious.
No, he's always been like that. Like that was part of the whole beef with Steve Smith when he was like basically he was a piece of shit to his face.
Yeah. On the sideline.
Yeah. So it's kind of always been a thing for Jeudy. And then last year it was really bad. He had like 12 drops last year, something like that. And I don't disagree. Like it is not a sticky stat. Like, but yeah, and he just gets a pass. And I like Jerry Jeudy this year. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, he just kind of gets a pass in that regard.
I feel like with Johnson, it's like a lot of people put it as like you look at Justin Herbert and they're like, oh, he's an elite quarterback. He's an elite quarterback. And you should be an elite receiver if your quarterback is Justin Herbert. So like like the last couple situations Judy's been in, it's definitely been overlooked, like the drop balls and everything there. So I feel like with Johnson, like being put on the spotlight of like you have Justin Herbert, he's putting it where you need to every single time. It's definitely more of like a focal point for his game.
It's a highlighted play too. Like if it's a deep ball and you're almost wide open and it just like bounces off your hands, if that happens twice in a single season and you don't have another drop the rest of the season, you're drop, prone, right? Like it just looks really bad. It's a big play. It's a touchdown waiting to happen and it just bounces off your mitts. So
Jeudy had as many drops last year as like Larry Fitzgerald had his whole career.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like fumbles. Like fumbles are not a sticky stat either with running backs, but we're on the clock.
Wow. Can we just double tap here?
Definitely QJ.
Just punish the room.
We could just take Jalen Noel too, like QJ Jalen Noel, double stack, or we could take one of the tight ends from that.
I like Trey Benson as well.
Okay,
I'm right with Benson
in the mix.
I like Benson and QJ here.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Benson and QJ, and we'll bring in Arizona for that week 17 to pair with McBride.
Yeah, it's kind of building that game.
Tasty treat.
So QJ came into the league as like expected to be raw, and then people were mad that he was not good at the beginning. I'm like, what did we expect? That's what, like, just listen to yourself a year ago when you say he was going to have a tough start, and then so I'm just like, I kind of like give him a little bit of grace here.
It's the whole draft capital equals floor conversation, right? Like first round draft pick means he has 1,000-yard, 5 touchdown floor. Like that's just what it means nowadays. But I agree with what you just said. Plus, like again, like if this was his stat profile for his first 2 seasons in the NFL, if that's what it was 10, 15 years ago, we'd be like, fucking stud. We're all over this guy. He's getting drafted. He is breaking out, 3rd-year breakout, blah, blah, blah. But now since, rookie wide receivers are setting records every other year, rookie pass catchers are setting records every other year, it's just expected. But and I think there is some of that too with the elite quarterback that everyone thinks Herbert is, whether that's justified or not, I think is worth a conversation. But
well, Herbert ran more last year. Like he kind of turned into a pseudo, like, better passing Ryan Tannehill. Some of those runs, if he extends on those plays, if that caught the coach's eye and like, hey, we're gonna do more of that, on broken down plays, like Herbert can make a fucking big impact.
Harbaugh just convinced him he's a linebacker. So
yeah, that's fine. I like this little back stack here with the Chargers. Quentin Johnson, like I said, I've been trying to get more. He's the best ball guy. We saw him pay off in a big way last year, and we're going to put him, 2 rounds cheaper this year, or two rounds more expensive. Like, that's not enough in my opinion. So yeah, they add Trey Harris, but he's not the type of guy that needs 80% of snaps to pop off anyways.
yeah, he could do an Alec Pierce impression this year and pay off that ADP.
That's it. I would like a third QB for this team, even if it's just completely raw, completely naked, just for an advance rate. Yeah,
Daniel Jones
could be with a late AD. Oh, yeah.
That's not really cooking, but like maybe
AD
and hot dogs is what
AD is one of my favorite clicks right now in the last round at receivers. AD and Wicks.
Daniel Jones is like a puppy kind of pick.
Yeah, sell me on 80 Mitchell.
Have you heard of separation being important in football?
Mm-hmm.
AD separates.
I'm just worried about the quarterbacks getting him the ball.
Jones's biggest problem was the O-line.
Yeah.
If you go back to the seasons with Barkley, Daniel Jones is pretty good when you give him a running back that takes pressure off of him. When you give him an O-line, he can't. I mean, he could get hurt game 1 with that neck injury. There's risk. But there is also, what if this team's just out of the playoffs by week 7, week 8, and they just start selling pieces? What if they sell Pierce, which I kind of like here in this spot?
What do you want
to
again? We could use a tight
end.
We have
McBride.
Right. Yeah.
Keenan Allen. Let's go RB here.
I don't think we need Braylon. Do we need Braylon?
Kate Otten.
I would do Gesicki over Kate Otten.
Okay, what about
I like
Jarquez?
Henry over both of them.
I'm good
with
any
Jarquez?
of that or Dowdle.
What about Jarquez?
I'm good with any of that or Dowdle. Any of the tight ends, Dowdle. Yeah. Any of that.
We already have Chase. The double stack without Burrows. We already have a double in Arizona. We're putting so much on that game without the QBs. Probably
I'd rather not.
Gesicki there.
That's something I hate doing is like game stacking 2 tight ends is like a pretty like firm rule for me roster construction wise. Like if we're game stacking week 17,
but what if it's the highest scoring game on the slate? Then in my opinion, it's like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
you're gonna tell me you're gonna give me one of the top 5 tight ends that week.
But then one has to get into your flex, right? So like one of them needs 2 touchdowns, 100%.
Not when you're picking someone in the 170s. They don't have to get into the flex.
No T. Higgins, then you have Chase Gesicki are going to be definitely, in my opinion, the top 2 targets. And you bring it back with McBride, like that. I can see that being very logical and fitting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like. Yeah, I think.
We also have a lot already on that game. We have like a running back and a tight end on one side, and then
last year, what almost took down all the money for me was a Joe Burrow, Higgins, Gesicki double stack, and like Gesicki didn't go off. He had like 13.2, right? So you're just looking for people to hit the lineup.
You just got to be more perfect in Best Ball Mania than you do, in some other tournaments with a smaller finals field.
Yeah.
Like you have to be not perfect, but
pretty not even close. No, not even close, bro. A 400 team finals. Like play battle royales where there's like 40,000 teams. It's
true. Like, you have to be basically perfect. Yeah.
There's so much room. Like I said, a naked Jared Goff team took down a weekly winners with 220,000 entrants. Like it's the part of the game that's not figured out. Is like, how do you plan? There goes Jarquez, clear riser in my opinion. This offseason, it's already started. Like, how do you account for those flat weeks at QB? What if week 17 is just a flat week where QB 1's 28 points and QB 2's 26? Like, there's not separation there.
True.
Dear God, please give us Sam Darnold and an RB of your choice, boys.
I don't
Or
know
we
who we
can-
take
or we
RB.
go-
What do our bye weeks look like? Because we only take 5, right? Oh, geez, he takes Darnold too.
It's Jones.
I think it's
Jones
Daniel
and Jones and Lloyd.
Yeah, that matches up. That matches up. You're pretty high on Lloyd as well. I was on with Candyman the other day. He likes Emmanuel Wilson a little bit. I'm not saying he drafts a lot.
I guess
of them.
I had Lloyd first. Tyler, you didn't say anything. You're scaring me, bro. You're scaring me. You're stoic. You're like the statues in freaking Rome.
I'm just watching some of these minds work right now. I like watching other people's minds work right now.
Jones
good.
should be in the 170s. I mean,
he will rise.
He'll
now
definitely get up
news.
there. Yeah, definitely with Richardson.
Darnold goes too late too at 182. That's someone that he has slight bench risk, but like you look at his contract. It's, like he is a clear value at the QB position. Jones now with the A-Rich injury is a clear value. Should probably be in the 170 range. So
I want to address that conversation because people are just like, the whole reason people are having that in their brain is because of the Russell Wilson thing, right? But that was not their guy. Like, that was not their quarterback. They wanted nothing to do with him, right? So it's like, hey, we don't want to pay you. Let's bench him so he doesn't get hurt. They went out and paid Sam Darnold. You can't apply the same logic when that coaching staff, that GM, that regime went out and got this guy, brought him in to be their starting quarterback. They gave the same contract to Geno Smith, who started every game he was healthy for 3 seasons, right? And then now we're applying this like bench logic due to injury risk, whatever,
With Sam Darnold, I think people see a rookie QB in Milrow and they're like, oh, there's a certain percent chance that Darnold was a product of the Minnesota just absolute system there that they had, that they brought in the exorcist and they got rid of the ghosts. So can he do it in Seattle running for his life with no O-line? That's like where a little bit of the bench risk comes in, but
it's the same thing with Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix last year, where it's Kirk Cousins was brought in to be their guy. He did not perform at all. They end up going with their young guy, and now they're shit out of luck with a $30 million backup quarterback.
Yeah, Penix was also 9th overall pick.
That's fair. Yeah,
like Milrow is rawer than raw. He is. He hasn't even been seared. Like he can't play. He can't play in the NFL right now. He can't. They would go to Drew Lock for sure.
I wouldn't be too surprised. I think Milrow's he's definitely more mobile, and with the O-line, like running for your life sort of gameplay might fit his style. But the contract, Sam Darnold's a good value. Aaron Rodgers, someone that's going to be in the 17th round, probably pretty consistently, 16th, 17th. Now you can pair him with the Pittsburgh guys. How long until Lazard ends up in Pittsburgh?
He's on the same flight as Rodgers right now.
Yeah.
He took a huge pay cut to stay with the Jets. Like, they would have to trade him or cut him. Like, he took literally a $10 million haircut. So I don't think
that was a side agreement by hey, Aaron said we had to sign you. You're getting 1 year, bro.
Pretty much.
And
it was like we can just completely negate this entire contract.
Aaron Rodgers is paying the rest of his salary.
Randall Cobb's coming back too. They're getting the band back together.
What are we doing here? RB Mixon, Demont, Judkins is pretty strong for 3. Benson and Lloyd, are we rocking with those 5? If so, it'd be probably a receiver here. But the receiver looks good too. Chase, Rice, Pickens, Higgins, Trey Harris, Quinn Johnson, Alec Pierce. 15 seconds on the clock.
Woody,
we can't. We have Joe Mixon.
no, never mind. Devin Neal, Tesla.
Ollie Gordon's an interesting one in Miami, I think.
I think we already
I don't know if
picked
there's
Taj
much.
Brooks. I don't.
Ollie
I
Gordon's
don't
an
recommend
interesting
guy. I think
Taj
it's already
Brooks.
been
I don't know. I don't know what happened. We hit. I don't know how long ago we hit triple
It's-
zeros.
Oh.
It's kind of like a little bit of a glitch that Underdog has.
Because we're
But
on
it
the
doesn't-
first pick, so it just stays
Yeah.
at 0. We ended up with Taj. Okay.
Fair enough.
All right. That's fine. We're bringing a second rookie. So we do end up with the Cincy double stack in what better way? What better way? All right, let me name this one. Oh my
I
god.
mean, we could have done it through the guaranteed tight end that plays, or we could do
Yeah.
speculative running back.
Yeah, you're like, I don't want Gasecki with Jamar Chase, but let me get Taj Brooks in here.
I just cute names. We gotta vote. We gotta get it. So maybe 30 seconds. We need to do like 30-second drafts because the democracy here is not lining up.
I
It's
think
quick.
that's the better option. Plus, it's
Doing
a
a
double.
sprint?
Double.
We're doing a sprint now.
Maybe 30-second sprint. Who says no?
Do you draft it any differently? I'm not a sprinter.
I
I'm
will
not
turn
dra-
on.
I'm not
I will
drafting
turn
basic
on
bits.
week 15, and week 15 matters as much as 17. So
Yeah. That's
Other-
what this fits.
other than that, I think grabbing a lot of the same team, like not 4 or 5 players, but grabbing those double stacks is very intriguing. Getting someone to spike on week, even triple stacks, getting the tight end receiver to spike on week 15, but still having the running back and maybe for the week 16 to pick up some of that slack. I
And
think the
ADP
super
is pretty
stacks are
different here,
interesting.
right?
It is a little different. Yeah. It is a little different. I mean, these teams that have 3 dome games, Detroit, one of them, even Dallas with 2, and then against Washington for week 17. There's little micro edges here, and the overlay definitely helps with that to identify those dome games.
This would be an Atlanta Falcons tournament or contest.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, that too. I mean,
This
Tampa Bay
I'm not
week
drafting
15.
this, but it's a fun sweat. It's a fun, tournament. But I'm not drafting any, so I'm just not. There's
You
too
don't
many.
you
it's
don't
just too
want
many.
any, or
No, I kind of do, but like, there's just so many things to draft. Like, I'm drafting the Eliminator, and I'm getting some weekly winners under my belt. I think that's a
Yeah.
fun one.
yeah.
But this is a cool like sweat. You're not like completely out of it unless you just get dusted in week 15. Then you're like, okay, like 80 points, cool, I'm dead. But if if you're middle of the pack week 15, you got a good sweat week 16. If you have a good week, right, you're kind of in it. Like it is a fun.
I'll be doing 100. I'm probably gonna do 100.
Yeah, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
I want 10 plus teams in the finals here.
How many eliminators are you doing?
I'm probably gonna do 100 of those too.
Yeah,
I'm not
me
gonna
too.
max it. I'm not gonna.
How
max
many
it.
weekly winners are you gonna do, if any?
I'm probably gonna do 40, 30, maybe 30. I'm at like 12. So those contests, the Elim, weekly winners, marathon, I tapped into those pretty early, where
Yep.
the ADPs, where it was like Josh Allen pick 2. Like, okay, I'm not gonna go Josh Allen here. Like he's going to fall. Lamar goes to pick 5. Like we got some crazy different combos in those side quest contests when those opened. But I also didn't want to draft all my BBMs right away. So
yeah, I'm kind of
We'll
in the
see.
same boat. I was hammering the weekly winners early. I'm at about 12 as well, and the eliminators where I got to catch up right now. This Greyhound will be fun.
they dropped the Greyhound.
I love this.
I was in the finals of the Greyhound last year, finished 18th,
Oh, nice. What'd that pay? What's the?
like 1,500. It would I had 4.2 points from Devon Chen. hitting an absolute ceiling game, week 17. Truly appreciate it. Needed 27 from him to be in the top 3.
53C final, yeah. Jeez,
very exciting. The single entries, I know you boys like them. They're the cream of the crop. If there was one open every day, I would do one every day. I'd do one every single day.
Yeah, like
they're
10 to $50.
That's it.
That would be
I even did the Pitbull, the $75 entry. I said I was going to do it. I did it. I advanced out of the first round and it paid $0. And then I got bumped the next one out of 4. It's like, oh, tragic.
It paid 0 to get out of your pod.
0 to get out of the pod. They put so much money up top.
Yeah.
They put so much money up top. Cool contest.
What was the advance rate too, though?
It was 2 out of 12, I believe.
Jeez,
I believe it was 2 out of 12. Yeah. Yep. Very
crazy. Like if it was 4 out of 12, okay. Like I can see that, but 2 out of 12 and
that's why I wasn't going to do it.
Yeah. Wow.
Shit. We were at the 6 hole. Also Amon-Ra, we didn't touch on it, but Amon-Ra got some negative news and he goes at 3.
A little clean up in the knee.
Yeah. But something that potentially could make him fall into the second round in some rooms. If you read the Underdog red note, it gets the casuals going.
He already falls at 12 a lot. So
I'm Team Lamb here.
Yeah.
I'm Team Gibbs.
Tyler?
CD.
I'll roll with CD. I'll not split it at 2 and 2 and do a fight here.
Right. Are you not concerned about the Ragnow retirement, Billy?
No, I mean, I think they're going to still be. I mean,
maybe
a little bit, but like, I still think their offensive line is going to be awesome, and I more think that Gibbs is ascending. I don't want to just copy paste from last year.
I love Gibbs. Don't get me wrong. I had him ranked 3rd before this Ragnow news, but like their interior line is taking a beating. They have like a second-year guy at one guard spot, a rookie potentially at center, or a rookie at left guard, and then old ass Graham Glasgow is one of those positions as well. I think it's in flux, man. I think that takes a big hit personally. Their offensive line.
I also worry about how much Ben Johnson really had control of that offense and really like what the concepts are going to be able to do with Gibbs and Montgomery is this year. Like, I feel like they're going to see some regression without Johnson there. So makes me a little nervous losing the OC. But I mean, still high on Gibbs. It's just, I feel like they're going to see a little bit of regression.
Yeah, there's potential there for sure. But I think Dan Campbell just like, we're going to run the ball. That's that. Like
run the dang ball.
We're going to run the ball. All right. I actually think that Ben Johnson wants to throw the ball more, but Dan Campbell wouldn't let him last year. But yeah, I don't know. I'm concerned about that offensive line in Detroit.
You said you're concerned about it for the run or pass?
Well, both, but kind of the run a little bit more. But both, really.
I'm probably going to have which seems wrong, but I don't think I'm going to have a lot of Lamb and Ladd here. I have 0.
They play week 16 too, yeah.
That would be my pick.
I take that anytime I can with the week 16 matchup in a dome.
Yep. I'm gonna need a little more of that. It falls right in line, so it'll be chalky. But yeah, and that's the thing. Like when you're against 9,300 teams in the finals, this is where even being a little more unique through 3 rounds is important to me. Now, however, this is a start I don't have. There's plenty of time in my next 90 drafts to get different. Here. Going with Ladd is cool. Do we get different with this next pick?
I will say so I have a sheet that just compares all the ADPs of the different tournaments, and running backs are pushed up across the board. So like 0 RBing this team, you could say that you're going to be weaker because you're not going to get the better values at running back later. But it's also more akin to like what you used to 0 RB in an environment where all the running backs are pushed up. So it might be like better to do it in this kind of ADP environment. So it's just a thought. Have like a super nuclear wide receiver room and then patch it together with running backs that are going to be good later.
You're saying RBs are pushed up across all tournaments, ADPs?
It's pretty like largely yes. Outside of BBM, it is kind of wild. I have it up right here.
You want to share it? I can pull it up after the next pick.
Or we can look at it on another stream. I want to do a data numbers stream.
I got lots of it.
Cody's like, I want numbers. I like numbers.
He's like, don't give it away now.
Yeah.
Let me have it. Well,
Don't worry, bro.
We can do both.
No, you could do. I'm sure you could share it on more than one stream. That's for sure.
Irish King of Kings, Frank. What are you doing here, bro? You know you're supposed to fade the stream drafts. We had this agreement. Frank. I got him with the overlay. There's no
You beat
chance.
the Kings in this one too, so that's definitely someone. I just don't know. I've seen
That's
the name.
Frank. It's Frank.
No. QB the King. The guy
QB the King. Oh,
yeah, that's someone.
He's lurking. Yeah, Garrett
Yeah,
Wilson
King
goes.
of Kings,
Of course.
QB the King.
Of course. I'm probably Josh Allen here.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice floor play.
Let's do it.
Floor play, bro.
Oh, sorry, yeah, both. Well, both. It is a good floor play.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of say that like with my weekly winners, like like I draft one quarterback most times especially if it's Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Then it's just one quarterback, and that's like the highest floor you can possibly get, right? So yeah. and probably the highest ceiling you could possibly get, really.
Yeah. Him, Lamar, definitely the top two there.
I think there's an edge in the weekly winners when you see guys take more than one QB and 3 QBs, and it's just like, man, what do you do?
Yes. Yeah, when you start getting to 3 QBs. Now, tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
How about like getting just different combinations though? Because when you add a second QB, you get a whole second set of combinations with that one team. A cheap QB, someone like Daniel Jones right now, probably in the 200s, is basically free to add on.
Okay, so do you want to go ahead and share my screen?
Yeah, we're 9 picks away. We're good.
Yeah, essentially what I did here, this is as of the 1st of the month, so a couple days stale. I just have like BBM, which is standard ADP, and then you have Eliminator, Marathon, Weekly Winners, and so on.
We looked at this.
Yeah, we briefly looked at this.
Awesome.
And then I have like a difference between them. So like and then I just color coded it so it gets a relative like how much what's up and down. Here you can see running backs, and like running backs across the Eliminator up everywhere, except the only one of the players is RJ Harvey's down. Then you have like Marathon here, weekly winners. And so I was like, my thought process when building this data is like weekly winners is intentionally like high ceiling type of environment or a specific type of environment for that. The marathon is the whole season. The sprint is some combination of the two, like, and then the eliminator is early season. So like there is, like, I was just trying to think about what are the contests trying to tell me with this ADP and kind of going through that. That's what I was trying to do with it. I haven't really like baked it out yet.
It's kind of funny, and some of it can just be to who's drafting, right? Each contest. Not everyone's gonna draft BBMs. Not everyone's gonna do weekly winners.
Do you want to take Devontae Smith or?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do like the or George Kittle.
Let's go, Dev.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, that's fun.
We're definitely gonna need some love here.
The beauty of Josh Allen, though, like quarterbacks are super connected to advance rate. So having Josh Allen really helps this team advance regardless of kind of anything. And our wide receivers are already in a good spot. So I think it has an above average chance of advancing right off the hop just with Josh Allen, realistically.
That's the reason why I pull him in. Plus, if you hit a 3-game stretch of ceiling for Josh Allen, if they're competing for home field advantage in the playoffs at the end of the season with KC again, and you see them have to go out there and play, and you see competitive games against Philly. Now, against Cleveland, probably not going to be competitive, but he can get his points early in the first.
Yeah, they could be up 30-3 in the first half.
Right. But New England, we'll see. Be maybe a little colder game there. But Josh Allen, I'm never really worried about him playing in Buffalo. Like this dude knows cold weather, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's built for it. Wyoming kid.
You also have two receivers. I was saying you have two receivers that don't really need the quarterback to spike, and then Josh Allen could definitely cover their quarterbacks over a 3-week window.
This is interesting. Well, Lamar, Joe Burrow, but with Jacobs and Amon-Ra. We knew the Amon-Ra pick was weird, so we shouldn't be surprised. But it's going to make our Josh Allen already stronger in this room, especially if he doesn't stop. Right?
Yeah.
Does James Cook?
What's the strategy?
James Cook like hold out, right? And what's? Oh my!
Baker.
See,
is that the same guy? That's the same guy.
No, it's not.
No, different guy.
What are we doing? Oh wow! Now, yeah, that helps Josh Allen. That's great.
We need the James Cook holdout news right now. We need it right now.
Oh,
okay, we're almost there.
We need the holdout news right now.
Yeah, he is holding out. He's not.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Honestly, this start's awesome.
Oh man,
this start is juicy. Yeah.
Oh,
juicy, real juicy.
You know the pig? What is that? Is that Geico, the old pig commercial where they're like going down the zip line? Wee.
Oh, the one they played repeatedly over March Madness, every fucking commercial for
that sounds about
the
right.
entirety of March. It was an absolute
like 2 years
disaster.
ago. An old commercial.
I
think
this is one of those scenarios where I'm happy I'm Canadian and I don't think we got that commercial.
Yeah, that one slipped, you guys. You just got like the fucking what's the? It's not Paps, right? Paps isn't Canadian. What's you guys? Labatt's, right? Labatt's.
Labatt, yeah.
It's actually a good light beer.
Labatt's Blue.
I can vouch. Yeah.
Or which light beer? What's the light beer?
Yeah, is Labatt's Blue not a light beer?
No.
I haven't had it since college, so we're talking like over 10 years.
I'm pretty sure it's like Budweiser, right?
Yeah. It's a basic ass whatever. Yeah, it's like Bud, yeah.
And then you have like Budweiser.
It's not bad though. Like Labatt Blue in bottles is a tasty beverage.
All right, fellas.
We gotta lock in on this, eh?
Khalil Shakir. Oh yeah, no, we are. I have two hands on the wheel right now, so we're
This is a great
Khalil
start.
Shakir or Coleman, based on ADP.
I think Coleman. We could, but
this is like a 3-week bet on the Bills.
True. Do we not bring in Dalton
James Cook, Josh Allen is the best stack you can get, though. In my opinion, it's the best stack. It's the only one you really need. Oh man.
Do we take Sutton value here, or what do we like?
He's not going to come to us. There's no chance.
Or Jerry Jeudy.
Although old Sutton end of year. The only thing is the KC matchup's a little sketchy, but you have to. I think you have. If one of those two fell to us, I think we had to take them. And I think we go Connor here.
Is it not Jeudy?
Jeudy also
RB's going to fall off quick though. We could hit Quinshawn.
But if we're gonna be like triple stacking Buffalo,
Let's do
I don't
guys
think
want?
Warner-
Words.
Let's just keep it.
No one voted.
I
Y'all-
said Judy.
Yeah,
That was my
yeah,
vote the
no,
whole time.
quiet. I know. I heard it.
Yeah.
We need more. We need
So
two
for
more.
this
That's hand
next
up on
pick,
me. I didn't speak
Tyler.
up there.
this next pick, we could either Quinshon Junkins would be great, but I also like Matthew Golden too.
We could take Njoku as the bring back there for the Buffalo. So, okay.
Mm.
If we're making
like
that much
that.
of a
I like
bet
that idea.
on
I like that
Buffalo,
idea.
right? Like we can get some New England piece. We can get Njoku. We've got Devontae already, so that's in a good spot.
Right. We're hitting the spots. I think, man, I can't say too much. Bear Bun, I want to say, is in here, and Frank's here. We got a couple pounders. Then we got a couple wild cards.
At least they're
There goes
all on one
Quinshon.
side, so we can strategize.
There goes
out.
Olave at 73s.
What are those
we gotta
quarterback
start talking.
drafters
We gotta
doing
start
again?
talking about Odunze even if he comes back to us at 78.
Matthew Golden, eh? That's an interesting
Yeah.
shout.
I
like
want
who?
Matthew
Yeah.
Golden.
Anyone but Shakir here.
We're afraid to speak to jinx it.
I was gonna say Odunze's like
Odunze would have been
78,
quick,
bro. Fuck.
Can I
us.
use my one? Can I use my one like veto today to pick Golden?
On what?
Golden.
On Golden?
Matthew Golden. Didn't do one in the first draft.
Yeah, I should have vetoed for Judy there. Jeez, I forgot that.
That power exists.
Yeah.
We don't want the New England correlation. All right, it's fine. We're gonna go Kyle Williams for the.
Yeah, there's correlation we can get.
My thought was
UK, what's up, baby?
my thought with Steph Diggs was like we'll have early season production. Like I want someone who's booming late, and I think Matthew Golden's going to be that guy.
I'm right with that shout.
Grim 2K, what's up, baby? How do I get the overlay? It looks very helpful. It is insanely helpful. Bestballoverlay.com. Promo code Pounders, all caps, will bring it down to $30 a month. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the Discord or on Twitter. You can DM me. Yeah, this is quite the start here. I would like to tap in probably in that Coleman range, but also what are we gonna do for titties? One of them we're gonna plan for Njoku, which makes me think we should potentially grab an RB here, RB or tight end. We're gonna go probably for value for our second QB. Either Golden or Herbert right now would be my pref, unless we get a fall from Prescott. But I think we're gonna need RBs, receivers still in this.
I don't
range.
mind pulling up Jordan Mason or Josh Downs.
Jordan Mason or Josh Downs.
Where's Jordan Mason's ADP in this?
I mean, we're just going Aaron Jones here at 91.
Okay, never mind. I didn't say. Yeah, what
right? We're just doing that.
Doing it, yeah.
We're just doing that.
What is that? 15 picks.
We're just
full round.
I think we're just gonna take the spoon out and scoop this whole draft. We were close to getting some crazy ones too. The Odunze one at 78, right? It's 70. He went at 77. That one would have been crazy.
Gets Caleb, huge value. That guy's kind of cooking.
Yeah, QB the Kings abs. He's scooping right now.
Man.
He's scooping.
That
and he's
dual RB
correlating.
start. Yeah, that's a nice looking squad right there.
Yeah, he's cooking. Absolutely.
These guys are all on our left. Okay, we got to be careful. So we definitely don't want Mason. Definitely don't want Mason now.
And we're also like very good at running.
We have Aaron Jones too.
No, I'd say I'm not kidding. We definitely don't want Aaron Jordan Mason.
I thought that was the sarcasm. Like,
no,
the guys to our
serious.
left are listening.
We definitely don't want to double tap Jordan Mason.
There it is. Just a reminder. Just a little PSA.
Yeah, just making sure everybody's on the same page.
I appreciate that. 2K new here. I love that. I love seeing new names, new faces coming in to say hello. This feels like a spot where we need to go receiver, but
Yeah, it's do we pull up Coleman? I don't know.
do we just grab a tight end here?
I would be okay with that. Like even Jonnu, Mark Andrews, good click here, high floor.
Andrews, Kelsey, Shaheed, running back.
I'm good with anyone but Shaheed.
What do you guys want?
I'm good with either of the two tight ends there.
Shaheed. Yeah, Vito Shaheed. That kills this team. Team's dead.
Vito Shaheed that kills this team is crazy.
Shaheed's dead to me.
Crazy. I'm glad we didn't land on Pacheco. That's for sure.
Yeah, no. It was either wide receiver or something else. Just not. It wasn't really running back right there. Unless we didn't have Aaron Jones, then we could fully take Jordan Mason there.
So in this
I
term,
think the running back start is sick.
Question. So in this tournament, since there's a lot less volume, the players move much slower.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's still pretty big, and the contest is still pretty new, but there's a lot more information going on than drafting, right? So like the drafts have to catch up to the info almost.
Mm.
So like I'll throw a name in that would probably be slow to anything with like new player news is going to be a little slower to react.
Yeah.
In ADP.
Yeah, that's not even something we need to like pull up, but I'm into it.
Right. Would like to get a little younger at RB. Like if Cam's cat fell back to us would be interesting, but one of these four are tickling me in the right way here.
Yeah, Vito Shaheed, he's dead.
Kyle Williams is interesting.
I was gonna say I think Kyle Williams is definitely interesting as well. I would lean more Keon Coleman or Kyle Williams in this spot.
Yeah, Keon due to ADP, right? I think it's yeah. Mondre is a good click in this too, actually, to be honest with you. He's getting some unfair hatred, I think.
We'll see if he can hold his job towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
All right. He falls directly in our lap.
Feels good.
He falls directly in our lap. Feels good. It does feel good. So for the listeners, a 1-3-5-1 start in the sprint. Josh Allen, James Cook, 12 picks after ADP. Thank you. James Conner, Aaron Jones, Lamb, McConkey, Devonta Smith, Matthew Golden, Keon Coleman, and Kelsey. This is the type of fall that like you get confirmation that he's holding out. You know what I mean? This is like, did he say he was holding out officially type of fall? This is a full round.
Aaron Jones is 12 a full round too. So that feels really good.
And Aaron Jones is a full round, and we know JJ McCarthy's going to need the help from the RBs to be successful in the NFL.
We wanted to get away from the Lamb McConkey chalk. There we go.
Yeah.
we did
easily,
it.
Easily, quick too with the little scoop here with James Cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a good shape. I like the Kelsey click too, actually, in this tournament. That's a good just advanced piece. High
very little Kelsey this year.
Me too.
But he's got to score more than 4 touchdowns. You would think. Now,
97 catches.
Will he? We'll see. I know, but he hit the nut outcome last year with Rice getting hurt. I was under 1%. I think I had like 4 Kelsey teams, and I had Rice was my highest owned receiver. And when Rice went down, like, oh, that's double bad. That's double very bad.
Do we want to take a running back or even Love here?
I was thinking Jordan Love, and you just wrap up quarterback.
I don't hate that.
You got nice clean stacks. We don't really have any other later outs.
Unless we want to go Njoku.
Dude, what if you just went Goff here? Is Goff just the better pick?
In this, if we, as long as we're leaning on Buffalo, it's not the worst thing.
Like, who's just the outright better pick? Now we would have to find. You can't find any stacks. Is the problem?
Yeah, it would be like to Slaw, and that's about it. But we could bring.
I
in
think.
Kraft.
I mean, like, I think what's tough here is like, so in a silo, which is the better pick? Probably Goff over Love, but we're talking about in a
Against
reality.
9,300 teams.
But we're talking in a situation where we already have Josh Allen's points. So like your scoring has to be above Josh Allen's like floor. So like assuming that you're getting those without Golden, like it, and but it's kind of a weird needle you're gonna have to thread to not stack it up.
I mean, Jordan loves. Go ahead, Pat.
Goff's just that offense. There's so many available pieces that I could be tricked into naked Goff and it being okay. But there's a part of me that's like 90 against 9,300 teams. We have the chance that we could double or triple stack Green Bay on the back end. We should probably just go that route with Love. So although you get that crazy fall from Goff, it still feels like the right thing to do against 9,300 teams in a 3-week contest.
I was gonna say like Love's ceiling is the same as Goff's realistically. 2 years ago when Love played the full season, he had 330 total points, 32 passing touchdowns, 4 rushing touchdowns. Last year was Goff's career season. He had 37 touchdowns, 4,600 yards. So with the little bit of rushing upside with Love, like realistically, they're the same. Yeah, and we can backstack Love.
That's the bigger thing is grabbing that correlation. And even if you're right for that 1 week, if he has that 1 week that fills in for Josh Allen, you're looking for those different combos here. I'm happy with either one of these tight ends. I would almost say grabbing Tucker over Njoku, but we don't have a choice anyways.
Been made.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's good with Kraft.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think to Billy's point too, like the weeks that you would see Jordan Love pop off, you have to imagine that it's Kraft and Golden getting involved like in a huge way. Mm-hmm. So you're not like even taking a naked Goff, like if he has that like crazy freak 30-point spike week, like I think the chances of having just the stack with Golden and Kraft there, like you're not going to have a huge spike week from Jordan Love if it doesn't include both of those guys.
Yeah, exactly. Like if Goff hits your playoff roster on this team, like you're going to be battling against someone else that has like a really good Lions build.
Crazy, but in 100 and something drafts, this is my first Love Golden team. I only have four Love teams, and probably some of that is because I have 1.7% Golden. So mixing him in more. And even Kraft, I'm at 6.6%. So, and my Reed shares are low. So it all makes sense, right? But
yeah, it's a tough game to stack. Being in
Love's been
cold ass, like all the playoff games for Green Bay are in a rough spot, weather-wise. Sure. Do we just take Dalton Kincaid here? I don't think I hate that. Or it's running back, I think.
Is there a need?
Wow, Cedric Tillman goes at 149.
That's a guy I was hoping to get later.
Besh at 150. He fell 21 picks.
Yeah.
Do that.
Take out the big spoon and scoop.
Yeah, do that. That's easy. I think. Yeah, I didn't see that value. That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
So what's
I'm typically going Cedric Tillman there, obviously at 30%. But what's my what?
What's the build?
We have a 2-4-6-1. Oh no, we don't.
Nope.
We have a 2-3-6-2. Allen Love, James Cook, Connor, and Aaron Jones. Good base. We definitely use 2 to 3 depending on what our last round pick's going to be. Lamb, McConkey, Devonta Smith, Golden, Coleman, and Besh. Probably only need one more receiver here, and then Kelsey and Kraft.
We definitely don't need a third tight end, but it could happen.
Like a third tight end could work. Definitely is in play. Definitely need to pivot back to running backs.
Yeah, I think we are good at seven wide receivers, though. I do like that room. That's pretty
And-
nice.
And
For
set
sure.
a quarterback.
For sure. Okay. We got some guys. We got some names coming up here. We got some names. Everyone hold on. We're hitting a little turbulence. Hitting a little turbulence here. Look at that. I got that 50% Wix though, you know.
Are you gonna want to pick the guy you threw in the private chat?
Yes.
Here?
No.
No. Yeah. Okay.
Probably the
saying
next one.
Good.
Next
I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah.
No, well,
Yes, but
well,
yes and no.
that name's not going to get picked. So
No,
exactly.
exactly.
I love.
Yeah.
You can wait.
I wouldn't be too surprised.
Could. Yeah.
I would be
could.
surprised if he got picked.
All right, let me hit the promo. Boys, if you haven't hit the like yet, you guys enjoy the content. You like what you're seeing, like what you're hearing. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 3K this year. And give these boys a follow on the Twitter machine. Their info is posted on the front. Is this where we go one of these? It's the last receiver. We go Kincaid for the third tight end. We're talking about pick 163.
I think we take Kincaid, yeah.
I think at this point, I don't hate it. How far down he's fallen.
Yeah.
We didn't overspend at tight end. We're talking about pick 100, 139, and 163.
Yeah.
We get a double stack. We get triple stack with Buffalo. It's a 3-week contest. Different. There it is. The least likely player to select Dobbins. The least likely
Frank
guy.
might do it. Yeah.
This guy was the least likely. Lamar Burrow.
I thought Frank might do it. That was who I was concerned about.
I mean, he's been a wild card all draft.
King too.
You went like, okay, we're going to the promo. I thought you were like, Billy needs to shut up. Sometime more. But then, like, I didn't think that anyone was actually reasonably going to pick Dobbins in the 14th. Oh,
No.
Smart,
this
bro.
Wild.
This guy's sneaky sharp here with his Amon-Ra at 3 after the knee cleanup scope.
Yeah.
Jacobs, Lamar, and Burrow. Hey, he must have been watching some content today, at least. Not all the content, but some.
He's tapped into the chat right now.
He's tapped into something.
Yeah. Do we take like Jalen
How you
Wright
guys-
or Dowdle? Or...
Cody, we are on the same wavelength tonight. I was going to say Jalen Wright too.
Yeah.
Because it's a guy who's also like, I don't know, theoretically and maybe a later season kind of guy. We have some pretty safe volume.
I would have been
already.
Dowdle. I'm probably Jarquez Hunter over Dowdle or over Wright. This might be my veto. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or it might just be Palmer, and then we fucking pray at running back.
I don't think it's Palmer. I think we'll be able to figure out receiver.
Okay, I'm gonna veto.
Jarquez, eh? Yeah, I mean,
we're going Jarquez. End of season, spike weeks, injuries piling up on Kyron. Just too much work.
Hey,
we know how
you're pulling on my heartstrings. I'm the original Jarquez slappy, so I can't say I disagree, but
I had a lot of Jarquez, a lot of Harvey. I lucked into the Harvey. That landing spot's interesting. We'll see what happens with Dobbins, though. Dobbins
he
here.
He didn't sign.
Dude, the last one they brought to supper was freaking Ingram, so it's a matter of time. Oh, God. You don't ever bring a girl out to dinner and not expect anything, bro. Come on.
Do you think how much do you think we're going to see RJ Harvey go down in ADP? Like main ADP, not this.
Like right now, before anything happens, he'll probably slip into the 60s a little bit, but there's not going to be like mass panic. He goes at 58 here. What's that? A few spots. It's negligible.
But still too high. Like,
yeah, with the threat of Dobbins, like if Dobbins goes there, he probably goes in front of Quinshawn range, like 70s. Like I'm not overly worried, but he would go behind a few of these guys. I think Trevion Henderson also goes a little too early.
I agree. Yeah.
I have a hard time clicking him, and I'm a Pats fan.
Yeah, I agree with that. Even, I was huge Henderson slappy guy in the big board, but
here's the big board Jarquez. I had him, I guess, in a couple of the biggest boards, the 250s, for 916 total.
Let's see where I was at.
You know, it's exciting because McVay wanted him, right? And they had a clear.
You had $960 total, but only 14%.
916. Yeah,
Damn,
14 point something. Yeah, I had him in the
1.8% with only $840.
Yeah. This is probably RB here, huh? Do we go with
Giddens?
I'm probably Roshan over Giddens. What do you boys think?
We're double stack Green Bay already.
Yeah, I think we're good on Green Bay.
I like Roshan in this spot.
All right.
We got a good fall. We got him at 187. We have a little mini here with, oh no, it's a bring back for the Green Bay stack here too. So
I just feel like with what Ben Johnson had in Detroit, like I have to say, I feel like Roshan and DeAndre Swift are going to have some sort of like that type of level to them.
Super Walmart
just
brand.
like a 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
Like,
1-2
very much so Walmart, like off brand, like maybe not even like Walmart, more so like price right. But you know, I think they're gonna have some sort of level to that.
Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
What do we have? 2 picks. We have 2 picks left. We're done at QB. We're done at tight end. We have 5 RBs between James Cook, James Conner, Aaron Jones, Jarquez Hunter, Roshan Johnson. Probably could definitely use one more, and then I think one more receiver ties this one in a bow. Lamb, McConkey, Devonta Smith, Golden, Coleman, Besh at 150. We had the big spoon out tonight, boys. The big spoon.
There's a lot of falling values. Is that typical in these sprint drafts? I don't know. I'm not in these rooms.
Not this crazy.
Like, this is
not
wild.
This crazy. This is
let's take
Keenan. We got Keenan Allen at pick 198.
Wild.
You just can't.
That's wild.
You just can't not. I mean, we have a couple rookies on this team too, so it's not like we just drafted dust. Year 2 guy and Ladd.
I mean,
Go
ahead.
No, go ahead, Billy.
I was going to say, this is like good enough to post on Twitter kind of team.
Yeah, with all the value. We didn't get a New England Patriot though, right? No, that would have been cool.
No, we ended up
or we didn't get Cleveland, unfortunately.
How about something like one of these? We already went Jarquez. We made our bed there.
Can
Marshawn Lloyd,
Rashard Smith?
No, you can't.
No one. Rashard Smith's my most drafted player right now.
Really?
By like a fair amount. Yeah.
God.
I'm sitting
it's
on
just they're that's
Rashard Smith.
Casey's a tricky one with me. It can go either way, but where they have vets, I feel like they just, and there's nothing backing this. I just think that team in a situation where they want Mahomes to have the ball as much as possible, I have trouble finding room for the RB3 on KC. I have trouble finding for the room for the RB1, which is Pacheco right now. So it's.
But isn't he like the pass catcher though? Like,
exactly. Like I just think he's a former wide receiver, played 1 year of running back.
Mm-hmm.
He's just the only guy. He's the only running back on that team that can do anything different than the rest of those old fucks, like old dusted, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Kareem Hunt, you know what I mean? Like, and
your
always
like Tyrone Tracy
around, bro,
on like a non-shitty team,
dude.
Sort of, yeah. And he just makes the team as a returner. So like he's going to be on the team is my thesis. And then
maybe
goes on,
he's picked in the last. He's picked in the 7th round.
He might get cut. Oh yeah, yeah. Honestly, all of these guys could get cut. Any of the running backs on the Chiefs could get cut. Literally, even
accurate.
He won't be, but like he could.
What's up, Pat? Welcome to the live stream. In a slow draft, have to Allen and Herbert and Puppy. Do I take Rodgers at 202 with Allen, Josh Allen, and Herbert?
I don't
Nah,
think
you
there's a
stay
reason
there, bro.
to.
No.
Points above replacement are going to be pretty minimal there.
Rodgers will
Pretty minimal.
never make your lineup. He'll never crack your lineup.
I would rather take a shot on a stack. Like give me a super low owned. This is a Puppy too. That's wild. I didn't realize the Puppy slows are still going on. But like, give me like a low owned Elijah Moore stack there. Dare I say? There's better picks. I'm addicted to the AD.
You're living to your big board streets with the Elijah.
No,
Moores.
I completely lucked into that. It's not the best spot, but it's definitely not the worst.
Maybe once we wrap up here, I'll get you to show me how to search that on Best Ball Overlay because I don't know how to search like your combinations. Or you can do it now. Do whatever you want to do.
You just I want to say this is mine. I would just go here. Go Josh Allen, and then just type in
that's what I thought, but it wasn't. For some reason, it didn't. Okay.
Marshawn Lloyd for the extra Green Bay love.
You really want a triple stack Green Bay?
It's a running back, bro.
I'd rather Keaton Mitchell, honestly.
It's over 3 weeks. It's not a 1 week contest. It's not a 1 week contest. It's 3 weeks.
I hear you that.
Someone different every week.
Anyone vetoing? What do we got? We did it.
No one vetoed.
No veto.
No one vetoed.
No veto.
No one vetoed. That's the thing. It's a 3 week contest. Each one's weighted the same.
True. We want the team to get hot.
That's it. And having different pieces and being the only team that has those pieces. And they're cheap. Like we're talking about our most expensive piece in that Green Bay offense was Golden in the 70s. Then everyone after that's after pick 100.
This is a fun little squad though.
This one turned out pretty good, not gonna lie, boys. Josh Allen, Jordan Love, little value QB2, James Cook, James Conner. Imagine if we went Goff there, we would have been feeling pretty bad. That was the trap.
Talk us into it.
I know. I would have fully blamed myself 100%. We got back on track. Allen Love, James Cook, James Conner, Aaron Jones, Jarquez Hunter, Roshan Johnson, Marshawn Lloyd for the 6RB crew. CeeDee Lamb, Lamb McConkey, Devonta Smith, Matthew Golden, Coleman, Besh, Keenan Allen at 198. I mean, we had 21 picks on Besh. What else? We got a little bit on Roshan here. These are last round picks. It doesn't matter as much, but 12 picks on Aaron Jones, a round on James Cook, Kelsey, Tucker Kraft, and Kincaid. Wow. That was a museum piece right there.
Came around.
Museum.
There's just so much ADP falling. Like, that can't be that common in the sprint because like we got like 4 guys like a full round past ADP.
Yeah, I don't think it's that common. However, the early ADPs in here were crazy. Like Rice at 40 on my first.
Oh wow!
On my first team, like Kyle Williams, the new ADP said. I mean, this is when Tolbert was a good click. Is when the contest opened before Pickens. Yeah, but yeah, it's interesting. Those side quest contests are when those ADPs drop. That's like it's just like when BBM drops, right? Like you're trying to find those closing line value combos that you can't get. And I think in the sprint, where the finals is 9,300 teams, I'm even enticed a little more to scoop some value and try to get some different combos, especially early.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm still not playing that tournament, but it does look fun, especially with those ADP drops. Maybe I should get in those streets, man.
I wouldn't say that's happened. Like that was just a rare room. The people to our left were doing weird shit, like bringing up Baker to the 50s. Like, might have to go back in there and see if that one's going through. Yeah, that's it. Tyler, what do you got going on, my man?
Man, it's just another fun night. Love doing these drafts. I got to get back into more of the underdog stuff. I've just been stuck on DraftKings lately, just because that's where the bankroll is right now. I'm in DraftKings, so I'm just like using and like burning all the DraftKings tokens right now that I can, and then I got to get back into more of the underdog shit. So it's always a blast, though.
Your mind is like full point PPR focused right now.
Legit, yeah.
Cody, what's up, babe? What do you got going on this week?
Streaming tomorrow night, regardless. I'll be doing something tomorrow night. We're on the road to 1K. Not quite up there, but we're on the road to 1K. We've been streaming every other day, seems like, on the channel, growing steadily. So jump over there, check it out. I usually do things a little different over there. So yeah, and I want to get a stat kind of thing going on, data stream going on the next little bit here. So yeah, go follow over there. Streaming tomorrow night for sure.
Sweet. Billy, what's up, baby? What you got cooking what do you got cooking in the charts?
Yeah, I actually was working on some stuff right before this. I'm doing like rerunning all of like my player level analysis. So like got a whole bunch of fun charts for quarterbacks and running backs on how they did from 2024. So I'll just press refresh on those and post those in the next week or so.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's something that's coming.
Awesome. We're still probably, or let me know if we're cooking for a 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. stream on Sunday after this. And then I believe I have Coach Speak Index coming on Saturday night. Be back tomorrow night for a 9 p.m.er stream, probably another BBM because I'm trying to catch up. If you guys enjoyed the overlay, in my opinion, the biggest edge in best ball, making good drafters great with real-time insight into your personal portfolio as you draft. bestballoverlay.com, promo code Pounders for 25% off. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Hope everyone has a good night. Make sure you give these guys a follow on the Twitter machine, on the YouTube for Cody and Tyler Rosser Talk. And I appreciate you guys. Have a good night. Pounders.